afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Antoni, and I study aerospace law at Leiden University. This afternoon, I'm going to present to you a worldwide survey on the regulatory and economical aspects of nano-satellites. This survey is carried out by Swiss Space Systems, the Department of Academic Project, and Space Generation Advisory Council, on behalf of which I'm presenting today. The Space Generation Advisory Council is a non-profit organization of young dedicated space young professionals between 18 and 35 years old who are passionate about forwarding their generation into space on a voluntary basis. SGC was incepted at the United Nations Conference in 1999, and ever since 2001 it has obtained a permanent observer status at the United Nations Committee on the Peaceful Use of Outer Space. The SGC is a global community composed of people with different perspective and expertise, people who are interconnected and active in many fields, such as new objects, space safety and sustainability, technology disaster management, and space exploration. In this slide, you can see the three particular SGAC working groups who participate along with S3 in this project. Because of their close relation to the core of the study, the small satellites, the space law, and the commercial space project are the most suitable working groups for this study. This study was initiated on the basis of technical, economical, and legal aspects on the nano-satellite development. In the past, people have been highly concerned, especially about the technical challenges of their missions, as we already have seen in many of these presentations in this symposium. This project gives us the opportunity to draw everyone's attention for the first time maybe on the economical and regulatory aspects which have been neglected so far. So which are these challenges? In the technical part, as most of you are aware, the problems are found in the technical requirements, particularly in the size, weight and power limitations. Also, the non-space rated component parts constitute a real challenge, as statistically speaking, they are the main reason of mission failures. The fact that nano-satellites are launched as piggybacks to a certain altitude affects the orbital lifetime of the satellite. And about standardization, how much is that necessary? Definitely it means progress, but also diversity leads to innovative ideas. In the economic part, it is essential to propose a business plan which uses nano-satellite technology to get some profits considering the cost of the satellite. Still, we are faced with the questions of typical investment and also investment on resources to get funding. Funding based on economic interests behind ideas, interests that could enhance future nano-satellite development. Coming to the last but not least challenge, the legal part, it is of utmost importance to raise the awareness of nano-satellite developers and operators on the existence of international space law, and in addition to this, on the diverse licensing requirements on each state. There are states who require quite extensive and onerous conditions for licensing, and there are states that do not have in place any regulation at all for nano-satellites. Which makes this part highly challenging. Risk assessment prior to launching and during the operation of the satellite is of high importance for the determination of liability and debris mitigation measures. Insurance could limit liability, but it has not been enacted yet for small satellites, And there are reasons that could delay them, and these are reasons that could delay the mission equally to technical reasons. The non-uniformity of the different conditions applicable in each state brings us to the biggest challenge, which is the way to find out how to tackle these challenges. So what are the objectives of the SGAC S3 survey? What is the response to the aforementioned challenges? This survey project aims at comprehending and emphasizing the diverse aspects of nano-satellites development. Moreover, the project aims at proposing a feasible roadmap, an optimized strategy for future developers of nano-satellites based on the information collected on each aspect. So how are we going to achieve that? Here are a few sample questions from the survey project which illustrates our objectives. First of all, deadlines and causes of delay are extremely important for nano-satellite development, especially when carried out by academic institutions. The typical operations, cost, and the identification of future barriers for future launches do not only contribute to the assessment of current situation, but also seek answers to other missions. Finally, legally speaking, it will be very interesting to find out how many nano-satellite developers are aware of the regulations at the international level and the safety measures at national level. Moving to the current status and timeline of our project, you may see the first objective set for 2014, which is the definition of the project, brainstorming on the questions that have to be included on the survey, drafting the survey, and announcing right now the project survey at the CubeSat Symposium have been met. What is left now, what is pending, is to assess the assessment of the survey from an advisory committee, and as soon as we finalize the survey, in the beginning of 2015, we will send it to the regional SGAC coordinators, who will help us with their extensive network to carry out the survey, not in an open basis, but only upon invitation. So we're going to send the survey to a list that we will prepare based on this network. On the third quarter of 2015, we will start the analysis of the data, which will be disseminated in the end of 2015 in the form of best practices and recommendations. So with this, I would like to conclude my presentation. I thank you for your attention, and special thanks to Swiss Space Systems for making this presentation feasible, and also to Mr. Cem Asma for supporting the project to a very great extent. Thank you very much.
I think you'll find your customers here in that symposium. Did you bring already some forms, some survey forms here?
The survey is still on a draft form, so it's not finalized. But if someone is interested on giving us feedback so as to finalize it, we have here our contact details, and again, it will be upon invitation. So it's not an open survey.
There's a question.
Yeah.
Is it on? Yeah, hi. Yeah, first of all, thanks for the presentation. I think it's very important to gather the information of previous missions, as this is not really being done in an organized way. I have a question. Do you also intend to get information from failed missions? I mean, anybody who, of course, succeeded, that would be nice, but to get a comprehensive statistical data, there were also missions which didn't quite work out.
I don't know where I'm looking.
Here.
Okay, sorry for that, it's the lights. Of course, our survey will be based on existing missions and on future missions. So yes, failed missions will be part of this survey.
I have further questions.
If not, then thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next speaker